And thanks for waking up with us on a Monday morning. I'm Russ Lewis.
And I'm Lisa Hernandez. It's Monday, February 12th. We mentioned the flu a few seconds ago. We've been hearing from a lot of families who say just trying to stay healthy has done a number on their daily routine. So we're asking you guys this morning, have you changed your routine? It's a yes or no here. You can let us know in our live poll or on our KHOU 11 app or online at khou.com/vote now.
And while you vote, let's get over to Cheetah this morning, who has a real good reason to grab that coat.
Yeah, grab the coat and turn the heaters on. Crank it up in full force. We are feeling this morning in the 20s and 30s. That's the actual air temperature combined with our northeast wind. Actual temperatures this morning, 34 in Huntsville, 33 in Brenham, 39 in Sugar Land, 38 this morning in Pearland. So bottom line, we're under cloudy skies. This cold air is going to stay in place all throughout the day today. Your day part planner, 30s this morning, upper 40s by your lunchtime hour. High temperatures go to 50 degrees. And yeah, it's going to be cold today, but then air conditioning needed by Wednesday and Thursday, Darby. Big change here over the next couple of days.
All right, thanks a lot, Cheetah. I want to take you over to the far east side because I'm seeing heavy traffic on 146 both directions at Massey Tompkins. You can see it's heavy both ways. Could be an accident. There's something going on out there. So if you maybe want to use Crosby Cedar Lane or use the Grand Parkway to get around this, you might want to avoid 146 south of I-10 at Massey Tompkins. Now looking to the southwest side of town, volume just building out there. We take a look with our Houston TransStar shot. Southwest Freeway here as you approach 610. Still looking pretty good, and travel time still looking pretty good as well. Just 27 minutes from Highway 36 to downtown. West Park Tollway's quiet. 98 headed to the Med Center looks good. Now let's go to our chopper.
Now a live look from KHOU 11 News Eye in the Sky.
Well, our chopper found a disabled 18-wheeler. This is on I-10 as you come in from Channelview, approaching downtown at Lockwood. Stalled 18-wheeler, he's got his hood up. He's got help here, but he's on the shoulder, so it shouldn't be causing any delays in traffic. You're less than 30 minutes to get from the Grand Parkway all the way into downtown.
Thank you, Darby. It's 2 minutes after. Flu season is not letting up. In fact, it could still get worse before it's done this year. The CDC says the virus is hitting Americans at rates we really haven't seen in nearly a decade. So this morning we're asking, have you changed your habits to deal with the flu? While you vote in our live poll, our Michelle Choi is joining us with some troubling new numbers. Michelle?
Yeah, that's right, Russ. Listen to some of these staggering numbers. According to a new report released by the CDC, 10% of all deaths were related to the flu during the last week of January. And here in Texas, it was even higher at 14%. She's the face of what's becoming a scary reality. This 35-year-old North Texas teacher now fighting for her life, all because of the flu.
She was able to mouth the words, "I love you," and she kind of puckered her lips a little bit and blew me a kiss.
The once active mom has no underlying medical condition. She even got the flu shot. So why is she here?
About 2/3 of the people who are hospitalized have some other condition when they get the flu, but a third don't, are perfectly healthy.
That's right. Healthy doesn't always mean you're safe. Doctors say the season's strain that's circulating causes more severe illness, which is why it's so important to get vaccinated. So to get the shot or not, it's a hot topic of debate that many of you have been talking about on our Facebook page, including Haley, who says if people would stop sending sick kids to school and daycare, it wouldn't spread so fast. Take a day off work. Then there are those like Lindy who question if it's worth getting the shot at all, saying it seems as though the ones who have gotten the flu shots are the ones getting so sick and dying. And experts say even if the shot doesn't keep you from getting sick, it can lower your chances of hospitalization or death. Guys, back to you.
And that's something. You're right. Thank you, Michelle, very much. We want you to join the conversation this morning on Facebook Live with this. We've been talking about changes that your family is possibly making to deal with the flu to keep from getting it. Let us know what you're doing. And don't forget, you can get all the important information on flu season anytime you need it on our website this morning at khou.com.
It is 6:04 and time for your morning rush. New overnight, a driver is dead after running a red light and causing a 4-car pileup in Clear Lake. On top of that, police say the officers investigating that crash scene were nearly hit by suspected drunk drivers. Everyone else involved in that crash is doing okay this morning. A pilot could hold the answer to what caused a deadly Grand Canyon helicopter crash. The survivors, that pilot and 3 passengers, are all at a Las Vegas hospital this morning. High winds were reported when the chopper went down Saturday, killing 3 others on board. Well, where will the president find $1.5 trillion? Today, President Trump unveils his infrastructure infrastructure plan. Senior officials say the hope is to stimulate investments from state and local governments instead of using federal money. Well, some really scary moments caught on camera when a liquefied natural gas truck burst into flames in China. The fire engulfs nearby vehicles. 2 people were burned, but several others did get away before those flames reached their vehicles. And a lot of people online fired up over Disney's decision to raise prices at its parks. Prices have been bumped a few dollars per ticket. The price of an adult ticket is now $129. And 8 straight wins for the Houston Rockets. Last night, Houston beat the Mavs 104-97. James Harden led the team with 27 points. Right behind him was Chris Paul, sinking 25. Tonight, the Rockets take on the Timberwolves in Minnesota. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock, and that is your Morning Rush.
It's 6 minutes after now to the Winter Olympics, and right now diplomacy and politics are really stealing the show. Kim Jong-un's sister is back in North Korea this morning after that trip across the border that has a lot of people fired up. Brandy Smith is here now to break it down.
Well, Russ, there's hope that Kim Yo-jong's 3-day visit might ease tensions between the North and South, but a lot of people are upset about how she, an increasingly prominent figure in her brother's regime, was portrayed.
We have a peaceful atmosphere at the Olympic Games.
Like so many others, this South Korean man wishes for peace with North Korea. An Olympic visit from Kim Jong-un's sister sparking that hope and protests. Kim Yo-jong sat among world leaders at the opening ceremony and met with South Korea's president. Some media coverage of her trip and the North Korean delegation, including those synchronized cheerleaders, is drawing harsh criticism online. When a CNN headline read Kim Jong-un's sister is stealing the show at the Winter Olympics, Alyssa Farah, Vice President Pence's press secretary, retweeted it. Speaking of stealing, she wrote, Otto Warmbier was tortured and killed at the hands of the Kim regime. Let's not whitewash North Korea's record. Evan Siegfried pointed out that his sister helps the dictator starve his people, keep 24 million people living in extreme poverty, stop free speech, and murder innocent men, women, and children indiscriminately. Even NBC's own Willie Geist was shocked by how the North's cheerleaders were portrayed, tweeting that South Koreans were not as enthralled. Something about North Korea killing, starving, and imprisoning its people while threatening South Korea with nuclear annihilation. Strong feelings and strong words there. Now, during a meeting with South Korea's President, Kim Yo-jong invited him to visit North Korea, and that could set up the first meeting between the North and South leaders in about 10 years.
Wow. All because of the Olympics.
Right.
You know?
You see why a lot of people on the peninsula, though, I mean, they remember the war and what's happened since, and so I could see why some of them are not real enthralled that they're even talking at this point.
They're living it every day, living in the shadow of North Korea and the threat there.
All right. Brandy, thank you for that. Let's check in with Cheetah right now and that cold forecast. Hey,
it is cold. You want to crank up the heater, and we're not really going to see much of it change today because clouds remain in place over the next couple of days. This is a live look from M&G Bank. Love our WeatherBug cameras. We can get shots pretty much from all across the area, and everybody's starting off cloudy and cold. So your Monday forecast, 30s this morning, 50 degrees by this afternoon, and then overnight tonight, we're actually going to remain in the 40s, so we will see anywhere from about a 10 to a 15-degree warm-up from where we're at now to what we're expecting tomorrow. Let me show you your hour-by-hour forecast. Our future track, we are dry yet cloudy even through the afternoon. That's 4 o'clock today, so notice pretty much everyone under the cloud cover. Overnight, clouds continue to thicken up. Tomorrow, I've popped in about a 40% chance for these scattered showers, so no need to grab the umbrella today, but Darby, tomorrow afternoon could be a mess.